In continuation of the last videos on alkenes of BSc Part 1 Organic Chemistry, in this video we are going to study about chemical reactions of alkenes. Alkenes show different types of reactions which are hydrogenation, electrophilic addition reactions, oxidation reactions, substitution reactions, polymerization reactions, isomerization reactions. Let's take them one by one. First we will consider hydrogenation of alkenes. Alkenes on hydrogenation form alkane. Addition of hydrogen to multiple bond is known as hydrogenation, and in this one pi bond breaks and two new sigma bonds are formed. It is an exothermic reaction and energy released during addition of hydrogen is known as enthalpy of hydrogenation. On hydrogenation, one double bond produces about 136 kilocalorie per mole of energy. Activation energy for hydrogenation reaction is high in the absence of a catalyst. Reaction of molecular hydrogen to alkene is a slow reaction. But in the presence of finely divided metal catalysts like palladium, platinum, nickel, rhodium, ruthenium, the rate of the hydrogenation becomes high at room temperature. That is, we can say in the presence of catalyst, the energy of activation becomes very low. Now if we consider the mechanism, metal catalyst absorbs hydrogen molecule on its surface. Adsorption is a chemical reaction. Unpaired electrons present on metal surface gets paired with electrons of hydrogen and bind hydrogen to the metal surface. The sigma bond present between hydrogen and hydrogen atoms gets in the process of breaking and forms two weak metal to hydrogen bonds. Next, metal surface also adsorbs alkene, where pi bond of alkene breaks and two carbon-carbon metal sigma bonds are formed. One hydrogen atom from metal surface shifts towards carbon atom and forms a hydrogen-carbon bond. After this, the another hydrogen atom forms a bond with second carbon atom. Since in this mechanism, both the hydrogen atoms are added to the same site, hence this addition is known as syn addition. The solvents in which alkane is soluble are generally ethanol, acetic acid and anhydride, and metal catalyst is insoluble in these solvents. Hence, two phases are formed, solution and metal catalyst. Reactions occurs where both these phases meet, as it is a heterogeneous reaction. Next we come to electrophilic addition reactions. Electrophilic addition reaction is an ionic reaction. In an organic reaction, old bonds break and new bonds are formed. On the basis of the bond cleavage, organic reactions are divided into two groups, free radical reactions and ionic reactions. Free radical reactions proceed through homolytic fission of a bond to form free radicals. In ionic reaction, heterolytic cleavage of the covalent bond takes place and forms unstable intermediate carbonium ion or carbene ion. Electrophilic addition on carbon-carbon double bond. If we consider the reaction mechanism, these reactions are characteristic properties of alkene. In C double bond C of alkene, one is strong sigma bond, its energy is 83 kilojoules per mole, and the other is a weak pi bond, its energy is 63 kilojoules per mole. Thus it is expected that one pi bond breaks and two new sigma bonds are formed. As we know that pi electron cloud is above and below the plane, it is relatively less tightly bonded with nucleus of the carbon. Thus, C double bond C have nucleophilic property, hence electrophilic reagents can easily attack. Electrophilic addition reaction on carbon-carbon double bond takes place in two steps. In the first step, formation of the carbonium ion. In first step, if polar reagent XY comes nearer to alkene, in which X is carrying the partial positive charge and Y is carrying the partial negative charge, then electrophile X, which is carrying the partial positive charge, comes nearer to the pi electron cloud of alkene and forms a bond with carbon atom, and the another carbon atom which was previously bonded with the carbon atom attached to the X with the double bond attains positive charge and forms intermediate carbonium ion. This step is a slow step, hence it is a rate determining step. In the next step, formation of the addition product from carbonium ion. Carbonium ion, which is formed in the first step, reacts with the free nucleophile released from the polar compound XY and forms addition product. As the number of the alkyl groups to double bonded carbon atom increases, the electron density increases, so stability of the carbonium ion also increases. If we consider the reactivity sequence of alkenes towards nucleophilic addition reactions, so we see that in this series, as we go from left to right, the number of the alkyl groups increases, so does the stability of the carbonium ion increases as we go from left to right. In these reactions, electrophile is added in the rate determining step, hence it is known as electrophilic addition reaction. Now we consider the addition of alkenes with halogens. Addition of halogens to alkene forms vicinal dihalides. Addition of fluorine is exothermic reaction which is difficult to control. Iodine reacts very slowly with alkene to form unstable diiodo compounds which eliminates iodine and again forms alkene. So this is a general reaction in which we see that the alkene reacts with halogen atom and forms dihalogen compounds, that is dihalides. We see specific examples. Then this ethene here reacts with one molecule of chlorine in the presence of FeCl3 or iodine and 1,2-dichloroethane is formed. Ethene reacts with one molecule of bromine in the presence of CCl4 and we get 1,2-dibromoethene. That is 1,2-dibromoethane. But if ethene reacts with iodine, then we see that 1,2-diiodoethane is formed, but this is quite unstable and this again proceeds in the backward reaction to give ethene and iodine. So if we consider the mechanism, then the addition of halogen to alkenes follow ionic mechanism. If we take the example of addition of bromine to alkene, then we see that the first step is formation of bromonium ion. Pi electron cloud or double bond of alkene attacks the bromine molecule and polarizes the bromine-bromine bond. As a result, electrons of this bond are transferred towards bromine atom which is away from the pi electron cloud and the bromine atom attains partial negative charge. Hydrolysis of bromine-bromine bond takes place and forms bromide ion and intermediate bromonium ion. Bromine atom in bromonium ion is attached to an electron pair of double bonded carbon atom of alkenes. The next step is formation of the addition product from sigma complex ion. Sigma complex formed during first step, that is the bromonium ion, is attacked by bromide ion on either side and vicinal dibromide is formed. Now we come to the hydrohalogenation of alkenes, that is addition with hydrogen halides. When hydrogen halide adds on alkene, it forms alkyl halide. The order of the reactivity of hydrogen halide is in the following sequence. The reactivity of hydrogen iodide is greater than the reactivity of the hydrogen bromide and the reactivity of the hydrogen bromide is greater than the reactivity of the hydrogen chloride. So if we see a general reaction, then we see this alkene adds on one molecule of hydrogen halide and alkyl halide is formed. Now if we come to the mechanism of the addition of HX to ethene, then we see that this takes place in two steps. This is the first step and this is the second step. So we see that in the first step is slow and rate determining step. As the first step is slow, so it is rate determining step. In this first step, alkene obtains proton from HX and forms carbonium ion. It is highly endothermic and its activation energy is high, hence occurs very slowly. In second step, that is this step, in the second step, carbonium ion is highly reactive and adds halide ion and forms stable alkyl halide. Energy of activation for this step is less and it is an exothermic step. In symmetrical alkene, only one addition product is formed. In these halogen atom is bonded to the alkene, then there is no change in the structure of the product. For example, ethene reacts with HBr and we get ethyl bromide. But if hydrogen halide is added to asymmetrical alkene, then two types of products are formed. For example, if we take the addition of HBr to propane, then one bromopropane and two bromopropane are formed. And in this, two bromopropane is formed relatively in major quantity. So we see here this reaction, alkene, that is propene, reacting with HBr and 2-bromopropane is obtained as a major product and 1-bromopropane is obtained as a minor product. In 1869, a Russian chemist, Markovnikov, studied the products formed during reaction of hydrogen bromide of water with propane and proposed a rule for the addition of unsymmetrical reactants HY to unsymmetrical alkenes. And this is known as Markovnikov's rule. It states that if HY is added to unsymmetrical alkene, then hydrogen, a positive part of HY, will add to that carbon atom of the alkene which has more number of hydrogen atoms. So here we see the addition of reaction of HBr or XY to propene. So here the hydrogen of the positive part adds to C1 of the propene because there's 2 hydrogen atoms, and the Y or the negative part adds to this C2 carbon atom of the propene which has less number of carbon atoms, and this is according to the Markovnikov's rule. Now if we consider the mechanism, then addition of HBr to propene can be explained by this mechanism. In the first step, the HBr dissociates into proton and bromide ion, and in the second step, proton adds to the propene to form primary and secondary carbonium ion. Secondary carbonium ion is more stable than primary carbonium ion, so 2-degree carbonium ion is formed in major amount. Energy of activation for the formation of the 2nd-degree carbonium ion is less than energy of activation for the 1 degree. Hence, formation of the 1-degree carbonium ion is comparatively less than the 2nd-degree carbonium ion. Now, if we come to the step 3rd, carbonium ion that is formed in the 2nd step reacts with the bromide ion which is formed in the 1st step, and additive product is formed. So here we have seen that the secondary carbonium ion is formed in a major percentage as compared to the primary carbonium ion. Hence, 2-bromopropane is formed in major quantity or formed as major quantity. So if we consider the energy profile diagram, we see here that the energy of activation for the formation of 2-degree carbonium ion is less than the energy of activation for the 1-degree carbonium ion. Hence, formation of 1-degree carbonium ion is comparatively less than 2-degree carbonium ion. Therefore, 1-bromopropane is obtained as a minor product and 2-bromopropane is obtained as a major product. In similar manner, 2-methylpropene reacts with HCl to form only tert-butyl chloride. That is because 2-methylpropene reacts with proton to form 3-degree carbonium ion and 1-degree carbonium ion. And as we know that the stability of the 3rd degree, that is 3-degree carbonium ion, is more than the stability of the 1-degree carbonium ion. Hence, as soon as this primary carbonium ion is formed, it rearranges itself to form tertiary carbonium ion. So, almost all the primary carbonium ion changes to tertiary carbonium ion. Hence, the product is only tertiary butyl chloride. That is all for today. Thank you.